frying pan and into the fire for Mousesports, and already this pistol round is hit the ground running, man. We're already a man down for Mousesports. Rops has been removed, and Astralis signed the 5-on-4. Mousesports, they get this ramp control. Question now is, what do they want to do with it? Starting to go back over here towards the lobby. They don't feel happy with how much control they were just given. They feel like something is awry, and it certainly could be. A-Court gonna try and flash his teammate out through this door. Wow, he didn't even have any time for introductions, Hugo. We're just right into the swing of things, and there we go. It's a nice little flash to get BMAS out and reclaim that 4-on-4. Frozen makes a great deal of room appear on the back of this ramp control they were given earlier on. But is he about to get silenced? Indeed he is. From the heavens, he's dropped out. And in the blink of an eye, that round goes from a 4-on-4 to a 4v0 as everyone steps up for Astralis.
Yeah, I mean, this is going to be a really exciting map to see, you know, not only the taste test for Astralis, what these boys have been cooking up in the last few days coming into this event, but obviously they've had chances to see Mousesports play, and boy, so have we. This team has been nothing short of impressive, we can say, after their debut here in Katowice in the play-in, managing to somehow, some way weather the storm against Cole. And Nuke was how they closed that series. So let's see if they can put up a good T-side like we saw last night. But for now, Astralis raining terror down upon them. We got the second round by Mousesports coming in with one of their own, Deagles and Armor. Smokes for the cross. Device just taking pot shots through it. He won't connect anything right now. Mousesports, they showed us a lot of variety on this T side, some great reads, but they are up against the mastermind, the big brain of Glaive, so it's going to be a little more difficult to fool a man like that. We'll see how Dexter gets on. Device still waiting for anything to come his way. Mousesports are getting closer in the yard. You can see Dexter moving in, crouching below the stairwell. Device so passive. This is going to be a very difficult shot for Dexter to hit if he wants to take it. And Device is up above as well, so Dexter can't escape without getting spotted, you'd think, but Device falls off and misses that timing. Lots of room. That being said, Ramp, not really easy kills here. Look at Magist tucked. He's not giving away anything.
I call this the box that no one ever checks. People used to check it all the time, and you know, now they don't. But Dexter, is he a man smarter than that? Yes, he is. Oh no, he checked the box, but he doesn't win the fight. That's a disaster. All that room, all that space, and all those timings hit mean nothing if you can't get the kill. Astralis are not the kind of team you could afford to miss those shots on. And now you're just down to 2. It's Rops and BMAS left alive. Rops is going to deal with Magisk at the very, very least. And BMAS has also hit a little bit of a timing here, maybe to deal with Glaive. He hears him dropping down into the site, and now a bomb plant is made available. He plants for ramp, and that is the perfect call to have made. If it was planted for Decon or really anywhere else, that could have been swung by Astralis, vent dropping. So, you know, a bomb down at the very, very least for Mousesports. That's a nice way to find something out of that round. But all in all, it's still a second on the board for the Danes.
Yeah, this really is a trial by fire for Mousesports and for Dexter leading as well. So let's see what these gun rounds have got in store. One more eco before we get to that point, right? Mousesports is still going to have Deagles. The bomb plant will certainly help in a bit of investment here. But yeah, we know Astralis' comms are really good. That's something we're seeing already, right? Even though a lot of timings are being hit, a lot of space is being gained by Mousesports, and Astralis are giving away positions. They're still communicating well and staying aware of where Mousesports could be, what they could have taken away. So it's already a good sign. Dexter back outside, more Deags, Device. Upgraded from the scout onto an AUG. They've actually already crossed red. He could die here. The scope is blocking his vision, but again, missed shots. And you only get one chance against Device. Dexter dead, and Device domes another. Easy peasy outside on this anti-eco. Mousesports just getting picked apart right now, one by one. These AUGs are looking terrifying. Not the weapons you want to be facing, especially with only pistols in your pocket.
Worth noticing as well, we've got Zip in the server on Nuke over Bubsky, so he's looking to make a bit of an impression here, and there he is shutting out Rops over in the door. You know, we often saw Bubsky leaning over towards ramp. Now it's Magis posted up there, with Zip leaning in towards that A bomb site.
Keeping it fresh, you know, that's always nice, right? Like if you come off the back of an event, you know, already we've already talked about the possibilities with, you know, having 6-7 man rosters and being able to rotate players out, but even swapping positions and stuff can, you know, make you very hard to read. Mousesports might come in with a game plan to exploit a certain player in a certain position, and boom, they're not there. That makes things very, very difficult. Ice cold. Here's the buy, though. Mousesports back outside. They've been here every round. They want a little bit more. The AWP is in, and the smoke blooms, but Glaive gets some shots off before. Does some damage to Dexter. Still Mousesports can cross, but Utility could be sick here. That's a great shot through the smoke for BMAS, finding Dupree. Glaive still firing off to great avail. Good damage done. Crossing into the garage, not for long. Dexter dead, and the smoke phased, but that's exactly what Acor wanted. Taking another kill. Zip is pushed out of heaven, but Magis drops in from ramp and helps out. Down B they go, but not much further. Device is already here, and Astralis are all over the map right now. Frozen, does he throw this out? He's so low, and you don't want to give an AWP over to Astralis. He's going to give it a go, trying to cross towards Secret. He knows all the positions of where these players once were, and that's certainly going to help out. A shot to heaven, and the A site open for business.
Nah, surely not, Frozen, man. This is Astralis, and up in heaven, there's a guy going by the name of Zip, but he might have something to say about you getting this bomb down. Wrapping in through main as well is Device, and he's looking to take this AWP away. Frozen repositions around the hut, in with the peek, but flashed off the angle, and Zip, ooh, just misses the timing. Frozen. Ice in his veins right about now, and Zip, with this wide swing, is looking to lock in the round up on the rafters, and there it is, spams him through the hut. It's a nice try from Frozen, right? But now that AWP finds its way into Device's hands, and that's a scary prospect. I gotta say, I love how Astralis are really throwing themselves into the AUG meta, right? I especially love the AUG over at ramp on Magisk. I think that really adds some versatility to this ramp hold, right? Your ramp player is gonna be the guy who rotates towards outside a lot of the time if there's something going on there. And you know, when you've got that scope, you saw how much more comfortable it made him in that fight up against Acor, AWP versus AUG, and the AUG came out on top. So I do like that. I mean, you know, there were like 3 of them in that round there. So
hey, talk of AUGs, well, we got Kriegs in play, Harry. Dexter's gone big.
All right, Dexter, bringing in some of that Aussie flavor.
Oh, what's it taste like? Zip spamming through the smoke. Not going to find anything. Mousesports tucked to the back of the lobby. Rob's looking to exploit, looking to get out of the vent. He was very good at doing this, or get out the door rather. Very good at doing this yesterday, but to no avail. Astralis molly it out. Frozen not full crossing. There's only 1 smoke down on that cross. Not like Astralis are giving it too much interest. They are giving a lot of space outside, but they've made the right read. Device on the ramp with the AWP. Finding the first, flashed off, but he's going to dodge it and go back in for a second. The flash goes deep, and Device finds another. Oh, Device, bomb dropped, and he is making it look easy right now. 5-on-2, Mousesports barely getting kills here, not even, as Glaive finds Frozen lurking garage. And it feels like Mousesports can't get anywhere outside, right? They may have taken, you know, ramp control in some of these previous rounds and gotten down to B, but right now in the yard, it doesn't matter who's there. Astralis are keeping control. Rob's 1-on-5, he's found the first, but Dupree should have him under lock and key right now. And there it is, 5-0 for Astralis.
Yeah, this ain't the play-ins anymore, right? Astralis are looking raring to go. Device is 9-0. My goodness. Definitely not the start that Mousesports were hoping for, and that kind of goes without saying. You're going to have a partial buy here at best. Astralis looking commanding in their start to this game.
And you wouldn't really want anything else, right?
No, right? I think the worst outcome would be if Astralis show up and then like look really, really shaky early on. Like if Mousesports managed to make this a competitive series, I'm wanting it to be them hauling their way back in versus an on-point looking Astralis. That's definitely the best for the tournament. But at the same time, if Astralis do just show up to this game and walk all over Mousesports, in a sense, right, considering the latest edition of Dexter only having a very, very limited window to actually get used to, I say get used, mate, he hasn't gotten used to anything yet, right? So, yeah, Astralis as the team they are, and the fact that they are just a team that's been together so long, you're hoping that they can keep this up.
Yeah, I mean, Kassar said on the desk, if they played at 70%, they should still be able to 2-0 this series with ease. I mean, that's a bold statement, but it's one that's certainly looking good right now. However, the issue is, Astralis, rare to play at 70%. They're usually up at the top, the upper trajectory. And right now, that's certainly looking apparent. Pistols again for Mousesports. Nice shot for Rops. This guy is a killer, and we know that. Going to be influential in this game if Mousesports are to do anything. Split to main, BMAS trades, but Zip is there as well, and now it's all on Rops. Blink and you miss it. 1 on 3. Even damage is good here, right? Like, you know Mousesports don't have a round yet, but all it takes is to break that money of Astralis. Couple of kills, even one more here, and, you know, it's something that Mousesports can capitalize on in a gun round and eventually get Astralis on eco. That's how you start building into the game, but Device denies. 3 for him again, 12-0, and 6-0 for Astralis.
Device is looking so scary. Ooh, that makes this very, very exciting, doesn't it? Damn, you know, like you had Poison popping off against you the other day in Complexity, but Device is on a whole other level, man. Like, this is unprecedented. A very, very unreal and unobtainable start from a guy like Device.
And quite the opponent for Acor as well, right? Obviously, being a Danish AWP player as well, we had Carrigan on this team, gone now, but Acor filling the Danish shoes of Mousesports. Molly on top of main for Astralis. They've read this round immediately. Mousesports throw the deep smokes as they did in the previous, and they get denied. Look at that. So many of these rounds, Mousesports smokes have been disrupted, so Astralis have had great reads as to what Dex is calling out of spawn. They will still cross because Device is flashed off, and that allows Mousesports to get down B. No low rotate yet, but Glaive with the timing catches a player crossing. There's a bit of a block there as well.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say, right? There was like a traffic jam outside, and maybe that could uproot them here. Rops doesn't check the top of Hup. And so that round there has fallen apart. BMAS, the last man alive. You feel so bad for Dexter, Acor. There you go, put them together. Because they were together. Dexter were over towards the secret, and Dexter was getting blocked by Acor. You could see him like freaking out, shaking his mouse at him, and he's like, "No, if I die now," and then he does die. Oh, that's a little bit rough.
Mousesports barely even getting into bomb sites, barely even getting bomb plants, right? Just that one eco plant for BMAS, and right now he's in a 1-on-4.
Man, they didn't even get to secret. That's how punishing it is. The thing about Astralis is they're not only good like with their own utility, they're great at making sure your utility messes up, you know? Like, they will always try and turn things that are meant to be your advantage into a huge weakness for you, right? By disrupting those outside smokes, we've already seen it happen twice now. It's given them just clear lines of sight for these outside fights.
Lots of room A, only one more man here. It's a great shot for BMAS, but again, no one checking up, no one looking to the sky. And Astralis, well, they're even higher up. They're in the stars. 7-0. And easy peasy. Everyone keeping mobile as well, right? We're seeing, you know, that was Magiskin Rafters in the late round, right? He's been playing ramp out of spawn sometimes. Device has been there with the AWP. It's not been consistent. It's not been clear. And so that's, you know, really, really helpful for Astralis in terms of, you know, Mousesports can't get a kill and go, this player's dead, so that means this player's there. It's not that clear right now. So another eco for Mousesports, bit of a half by Glaive. Doesn't get the nade out. But Mousesports aren't in a hurry in yard anyway. Scout and BMAS, pistols elsewhere, and Frozen drops the top main. Magis is back to ramp, and Device is just lurking on that rotate position, helping outside. Glaive is looking very, very keen to get involved, though. Not scared of that A site, moving out of main into garage, covering the split. Oh, Device, he saw them. He saw them. They wouldn't have seen him on that angle. Oh, it's a good shot from both sides. They both hit a tag. Device with a leg, BMAS with a body shot, and they live to tell the tale. He's going to go back for more, though. Still boosted on the red box is a risk for BMAS. Dexter's even taking heavy damage. The nade for Astralis to finish the job. And welcome to Europe, my friend.
Yeah, it's rough, man. You're playing up against a team that don't even need to see you to kill you. And now just down to 3. One of the first times you've actually seen these secret crossings get someone down. It's Acor managing to get across. And Rops is out through ramp. Now, he's going to wait here in the corner. Glaive surely doesn't check this, although they know that ramp's been given up. Rops, how patient is he going to be? Because he's already looking a little bit antsy to try and make something happen, and now the jig is up. Lave gonna delete Rops at ramp. And there's Device continuing this flawless scoreline.
Oh, I thought he got that.
I thought he was going to get it too. So Device is 15-0. If anyone wants to know how this is going, it's 8-0 for Astralis. Device is yet to die. He is literally immortal right now. And yeah, it's a little bit rough, Hugo. It's a little bit rough.
Mousesports map pick as well. Certainly not going to bode well with Inferno coming up next, right? A bit of a home classic for Astralis. And for Mousesports, it's one that they played on their opening day. They played against Renegades, and they definitely had troubles on the T side, right? Maybe just warming into the tournament, warming into the team. Dexter had 2 kills at the halftime. We got Jordan Mays up in the top right, representing Oz. And obviously in the fan cams, you can join too. Get yourself on the screen, support your team. Oh, Device taking a leg. Oh, Magisk with the nade. Drops couldn't see because of the smoke blooming. And that's another opener for Astralis. Easy done. Dexter yet to frag as well. Looking at this A site. 2 players here on top of the rafters, or silo rather. You can't even see him if you're A-core. You just get leg shot out from underneath. And there's still 2 ramps, so Mousesports try and turn around into the Lion's Den.
I mean, look at them, man. Like, you can tell how constricted they feel. Like, you can't go anywhere. You try to go ramp, you lose a guy. Well, you try to peek cut, you lose a guy to a dude that you don't even see. Thus far, it's like 2 little gimmicks have snatched 2 players away from Mouse. That you know, grenade smoke blocking the vision of Rops, and then Dupree holding an angle so high up in elevation that he can't be spotted by the AWP of A-Core. So Mousesports maybe going to try to tempt the vent drop, but to do that, you got to get past Dupree. Not the kind of guy you want to mess with. They even start to aggress into the lobby to add insult to injury. It's left onto Frozen. In a 1v4, 25 seconds, he's going to grab the bomb. But as he goes down into B, this site is not all clear. Magisk has already rotated from ramp. He's holding it down. And there it is. It's a lock-in for Astralis, 9-0. A very, very scary-looking Astralis start. Not showing any signs of stopping yet.
Yeah, it's certainly worrying. We've reached that point in the game where Astralis is starting to flex as well, right? We've not really seen any aggro moves. We've not seen any lobby takes, any really crazy glaive outside pushes. It's been pretty reserved, pretty passive. And now Astralis finally having enough, right? Taking that lobby control, pushing in the backline of Mousesports with a huge advantage. Not even something you necessarily need to do, but when you're 8-0 up, 9-0 now, why not do it? Everything's working. Flowing like water.
I don't even know what to say, man. This is wild. Device is still 15-0. Are we gonna actually get a flawless game? Maybe.
And you've cursed
I know I've cursed it. That's how it works.
Harry, you called that comeback yesterday impossible. And well,
then it became possible, and it made for a more exciting game, Hugo. So that's what
you're trying to kill Device. You said that's more exciting. You want Mousesports to get some rounds, huh?
I want them to get something.
I don't mind. I'm in it for the long run. If they get 16,
it wouldn't surprise me if, like, in a few years' time, some report comes out that really this 5-man Astralis squad was like a science experiment. You know, like self-learning AI, right? That
spot you've ever seen.
Yeah. That just played the game over and over again until it just nailed down all the little gimmicks, like when to do what.
Yeah, probably not. Don't want to take the credit away from these individuals, right? They are unbelievable. And Mousesports, they need a moment. I don't blame them. This one is going to be left for a moment. And it's just a Device montage, really. What else would you want?
It is exciting to have Astralis in this form. I mean, you know, it's the new Mousesports, you know, so I felt there's only so much looking into what you can do. But as we've seen, Mousesports in that comeback versus Cold, it required a great amount of composure, great amount of resilience. You know, they certainly have the ability still, even factoring in that maybe the calls might feel a little harder, right, for a guy like Dexter right now. They still have a lot of talented players, so the fact that this is so one-sided is certainly exciting in the grand scheme of this event. Astralis coming into it, looking toasty. And that clock's restarted. That means we're getting back in, Hugo. I like the break, I like the music, I like the vibes. But Mousesports, they're not too keen.
Yeah, they buying here as well. Frozen's gone right in with the AK, but this is not going to be a pretty purchase. Maybe just the hero gun. Save some for later. And in rounds like this, right, where Frozen's like fully sended it and he's not going to have money next, they really rely on a plant. But Mousesports have had one bomb plant in this game. So I don't know if it's going to come that easily. Oh no, not like that. Robs out of the round pretty much immediately, down to 4 through the smoke. And these Augs, Mousesports will hear them in their nightmares tonight. Vice. At this point, you're somewhat playing not to die, right? Like also to win the round, but you know, staying reserved, staying composed, and Device just waiting outside, zoomed in. Won't be able to stop them crossing. It feels like Mousesports might finally have their secret control. That's a big kill for Robs, who was low, finding Dupree pushed into the lobby. And now Mousesports have got a lot of room. Astralis have lost a top player. They haven't got any lower rotates yet. Magisk is still holding ramp, but he might need to drop on in as the call is made. Mousesports are loud and proud, running down towards B. No utility to get them anywhere. So many spots to clear, and they don't know whether Astralis are in the secret yet. Magisk just anchoring the B bomb site. And Mousesports getting closer and closer.
Yeah, Device could also move down the ramp to help out. Robs is trying to come in on like a late backstab in through main to cut down some of these rotating players. For the time being, he's just going to hold for a secret flank. There's the swing from Decon, traded by Frozen, and now things get a little more interesting. It's Device, the man who is immortal, the man who is still yet to die in this game. Oh, but this could be his first. There's very little time. Device is out of the round, and just in the nick of time, they get the bomb planted. Acor, there's another one over here at Decon, and he's lost his teammate at ramp, so Acor is sandwiched, stuck between a rock and a hard place, and there it is. Zip's going to delete him on the peak. It is the round after I point out the Device is flawless, that he ends up going down.
We would have thought it.
So now 10-0 for Astralis, a bomb plant at least. And also, Hugo, some big news just dropping.
Hit me.
Apex returns for IEM Katowice.
Oh, well, I'm glad I picked Vitality. Yeah, because I was a little worried about that Vitality OG game coming up later. But do we know if he's playing that match?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure. Well, at least that's what they make it sound like.
Exciting stuff.
I like that you can tell Apex really does have that drive to compete. You know, he's like, yeah, I want to be out for a bit, and then it's like matter of weeks later, it's like I'm back in. I
feel like it wasn't, from what I read, it wasn't his decision to even stop. It was the coach. But maybe I'll need to double check that. Either way, it's good to have him back. Albeit not gone for long. Dexter finding his first frag of the game, killing Glaive in the smoke. Mousesports, another opening kill. They found one in the last round. It didn't turn into a win, but did get the plant that we talked about that was a requirement if they wanted to buy here fully. And they have AWP on Acor, crossing to secret again. It's the one thing Mousesports have at least been able to somewhat rely on, and this time it just isn't dropping lower. They haven't read into this. Astralis is still stacked up on the top side, and with Rops getting kills like that, that's only going to further sell this fake to Astralis. They might even have to consider saving in a round like this if a bomb plant comes down soon. Mousesports, though, still being methodical in B. They don't know Astralis aren't here yet, and with them taking their time, well, that gives the time for Astralis to get set up. Magisk moving into the bomb site, and he can have a say into this round.
Or does Magisk get behind this in time? He does. That Decon door doesn't swing. And with Device now posted up at ramp, 2 players down here in B, there is a hold for Astralis. You still need these individuals to step up, though. There's the flick from Device, standing in the Molotov. He loses Magisk down inside of B, but it's a 2-on-3, a round that you're certainly going to give a look in, and they drop the bomb with 30 seconds left. Rops is a long way away, so Dexter might need to be the hero after all. Rops beginning his rotation down through the Device, looking to isolate this 1v1, but Rops is already here. Device, Eagle out, not opting for the AWP. Rops is flanking over towards window. He should be good for this trade. It's going to take something special, and it won't happen for Device. Not ready for Rops. Mousesports, they finally break the streak, and they get one.
Yeah, it felt like Device didn't even know he got that kill there. He didn't look away after one, but obviously had no idea where that second player was, who was last seen in Squeaky Door quite a while ago. Nice round for Mousesports, right? Only just getting it there in time, but Astralis really make it close, considering that was a 3-on-5. Robs gets that top kill, and no one commits, and Astralis make the read. All right, if it's not A now, it's got to be a lower play. 2 rotates down. Device does his best, and it's not going to be enough to find the flawless game for Astralis. They finally lose one. Not a worry, though. Oh, Rob, smoke shot. And now finally the revenge is coming up all Mousesports. It has been smoke kills for Astralis. All CT side long, but not today. What do they do with this early kill? Glaive's pushed up outside. Will he commit? He could catch players lining up utility. They're getting ready for an exec. Oh, they spot him. Nade goes in. It could be good, but it's not going to kill anyone at this point. Glaive gives up the position. Definitely could have had multiple kills there, but opts to stay alive rather than risk giving away the 5-on-3, and now he can try and deal with this cross to secret. The Mousesports are going for once again. The lurk of Rops picked up by Zip. Mousesports, the one thing they can rely on is getting past these smokes in the last few rounds. Astralis in no hurry to drop lower, and actually they're waiting in the fade. Glaive's not falling for it. Zip's here as well, and they should just be able to mop them up. Good trade work, bomb dropped, and Glaive tucked in the corner. He jumps out, getting out alive, forcing the fight, and somehow, some way, cleaning up this outside control. Mousesports, they thought they had the trick that would have caught Astralis off guard, but these Danes didn't falter for a second.
Astralis are in a really, really scary state to go up against. You know, this is a team trying to get back to those that kind of Astralis era, right? And they're really gunning for it. And now more than ever, I think they've got that confidence starting to build back up behind them. That championship confidence, right? Which very few teams have on the same level. But this time it's different to the last time around. You know, this comes with like that pressure to once again be the best. We know how much these guys relish in these opportunities to be the best in the world, and you know, they're very, very determined to try and get back to that. So I think you're up against an Astralis that have goals to reach and have been working towards them and are now getting that confidence built up behind them. I think this is one of the worst matchups Mousesports could have hoped for, considering the latest edition of Dexter and how little time they've had.
Well, time's running out in this map at least. 11-1. Another eco for Mousesports.
Man, it worked yesterday. This comeback's impossible. Mousesports, they can't do it, you know, like...
Yeah, sure. Oh dear. Hero AK frozen again, right? That did work wonders last time in getting kills into B and getting a bomb plant, but the round win. Lower auto spawn for Glaive. I like the change for Astralis, right? They know the Mousesports are probably going to just go back to the secret cross. Waiting in the fade didn't work. This time they're going wider with the smokes. Device can cover the cross into main or anywhere, really. The Mousesports are going down past the smokes into B, into Glaive as well, and they haven't seen anyone in secret in quite a few rounds, so they might speed up now, and it could be their undoing. Glaive getting out of the vent in time, moving to the door, and he's in a great position to do some heavy damage. Jump spotting for info. I don't know if he caught anyone there. They might have just gotten past him, but they're making plenty of noise on this B bomb site, and now Glaive realizes, okay, it is a B play, plant allowed, but surely a retake round for Astralis.
Oh, wow, they've lost the first man. And Glaive jumping the gun a little bit there, right? Clearly feeling confident. Confidence ain't the key to unlocking this retake. It's a 4-on-4 now. And Astralis slow to move in. Oh, Magis just missing the timing. Oh, given another chance. Oh, Acor trying to retrieve the gun. Now, Rops is still coming in late to try. Oh, man, that's brutal. They were so ready for Rops. He's been doing these lurks time and time again, so they catch him in that rotation. The time's already gone, though. It is a Mousesports round. It's a bit of a weird one for Astralis.
Yeah, I think the rotations weren't set up in place because of Glaive missing all those timings, right? It's two different things. It's one, him jump spotting, and 4 players run past. He has no idea, and he realizes as the plant comes in, wait, they're B. And I think that's why Glaive just swings out into the site. He doesn't think that 4 players have gotten past him. He thinks that maybe, oh, did someone hit event timing? Did one dude get past me with a bomb and plant? Let's go and put a stop to this. And well, at that point, Mousesports had so much time to establish post plant. Frozen was on old Toxic, just holding for the door swing. And at that point, Glaive's dead, and you know, Astralis aren't ready to rotate down, so they just call it. They go, fine, we'll give them a round. Funny that Zip is still waiting for Rops, though, in Garage. Like, that's just insulting, really, but shows how aware that Astralis are of what Rops has been up to and how to counter him. It's very important in a game like this. Nice shot for Device through the smoke. Probably could just see BMAS ahead of it. If you jump behind those smokes and there's a CT in heaven, they're going to kill you. Simple's a great example of that. And even if you can't see through the smokes, they might kill you as well. Device hits a leg to Acor, Glaive finishing off Dexter, and down B, Mousesports go. But from, you know, one enemy territory into the other, Magisk is still waiting here.
It is scary as well because Rops is lurking. While it has been finding these kills, Astralis seems so used to it now. You know, like they're already leaving players like Zip back in Garage just to cut down this lurk player. And so it is a little scary, especially when you think about Rops' ability to create space for the team, how he's kind of being boxed in. Like even this round here, right? What's Rops actually accomplished thus far? He's just kind of sat over here in door. No one's giving him a fight. And even then, swung by Zip, he's out of the round. You're down to Acor and Frozen now. And what's even the game plan here? They're going to try and charge into this A site. Acor's gone and Glaive and Zip will double up between them. That'll put 12 on the board for Astralis and a very dominant half. Not really any hope of turning this around if you're Mouse.
Yeah. Device is still like playing out of his mind, right? 21 and 2.
21 and 2.
There are a couple more players who are up there, you know, 17 and 6, 14 and 4 I saw as well. So like, yeah, Astralis are having no issue on the individual front. Glaive and Zip being those aforementioned players. And for Acor, 1 frag to his name, Dexter only 2. You know, it's not pretty on the other side for Mousesports. And their T side yesterday was beautiful. So this is already spelling disaster. An SMG AK buy for the last round of the half. Mousesports, they knew they couldn't rush out of spawn into A, but they certainly look like they want this top site for a change. The Mollies came in early with HGs as well. Astralis have their eyes on the prize in the rafters. Lots of util being set up. Ops just providing cover for Acor. But yeah, 3 players here for Astralis, and that's not even including how quick Device can get up into heaven and rotate. There's the push into the molly, and the bomb has been lost.
Oh, Zip, rain and death from above. And yeah, this is all but over. There it is, 13-2. Astralis looking scary, looking dominant, and really setting themselves up here to make some magic happen in Katowice.
Can they keep it up? And can they clean it up? And can they close this map with ease? We're here to find out with Harry. Zip bought a Zeus, and he threw it to Dupree. I've got my eyes on that.
Right, what's going on there?
Cheeky.
It's always the guy with 8 kills while everyone else is on 20. That's Zeusing, guys. So let's see what he's got up his sleeve. Device dropping in at that Molotov. That's going to try and force a player out from behind the silos. And Dexter and B-Mass, they'll answer the call. They'll step into the fray. Dupree, Zeus out was ready.
No.
Ooh, Dupree.
Yeah, he wanted the plan.
Zeus ain't going to help you here. Frozen up on the rafters. Dupree taps the bomb, hoping that draws Frozen in for the kill, and it does. There's one for Dupree. Now, these USPs at ramp are a bit of a nuisance, so he does need help from Device. Device is taking fights of his own in the meantime, though. So these two, this iconic duo is separated, and Rops and B-Mass will silence them both. Astralis, they get the pistol, they get 3, and now they're in with a chance to stagger back to their feet and maybe get a bit of a run-up into this second half.
That being Mousesports, yeah, they're on the board, and that's a nice feeling, right? A bit of breathing room, perhaps, right, to get a gun round in. Obviously, this is all assuming Astralis don't just fall by here, like throw over some AKs and start tearing up. That's always an option. Mac just begging for 1, and you got it, buddy. Well, 3 for Mousesports, but they're on the board here on the CT side. And Astralis, they take a breather, they take a moment and just buy deagles. I respect it, right? Get your gun round in as soon as you can. 4 M4s for Mousesports, though. They don't want to run a bonus round in that third. They've read it as well.
And they went out the map.
Yeah.
Oh, I get so nervous seeing these Eagles fighting Acor, man. I don't like it. It's scary, and Acor's feeling threatened by it as well, and with very good reason. Like 2 and 15, hasn't really had a chance to even play the game, it feels like.
Hey, look on the bright side. Rops has picked up the Zeus from Dupree's body.
Oh yeah, man, that is the bright side. You're right. How could I ever forget? Ops with the Zeus.
Man's ain't messing around, though. He's not using that.
I don't really think you're in a position to with your Mousesports, right?
No.
Acor.
That's called throwing.
Acor with the swing, and there's the dink. That's from the P250. That were a deagle, Acor would be a dead man. As he just delayed the inevitable, though, there's a lot of players here outside. Frozen is in main and is able to help his teammate out back in the garage. So that's something at least. Gonna drop a main smoke, so actually Frozen's no use at all. Instead, you're looking at this Heaven player to try and swing. There's Acor dropped. The Deagle's now picking up a bit of momentum as they move down towards Secret.
Did Dexter get dinked by a Deagle for 96? I think he did from Red. That's unbelievable, right? You rarely see the Deagle not finish the job, but he lives to tell the tale. Frozen smoking, he drops Vent very quickly after he gets countered at main, but Astralis use that to their advantage. They forced B rotates, 2 of which, one is already coming back up in the form of Robs, and Astralis are going to look to overtake this A site where only 2 players sit, one of which on 4 health. It's all on BMAS. He needs to spray, he needs to pray, and there's only 9 seconds. The bomb's on the Vent. BMAS has won the round, and as long as Mousesports stay alive and don't get hounded down, they can pick it up with ease. Looked a little bit dicey for a second, but it's still going to be a pickup. That bomb goes flying towards BMAS in the corner. Worst case scenario for Astralis, but you know, they make the best of a pretty bad situation.
I don't know, man. Like the fact that 3 players stay alive,
True,
no loss bonus for them, so now you're in a weird spot. Device even dying after time, but it's not like he had anything, right? So he's still got, well, I think it was like 2,800. You know, you can get 3 AKs here. They also get an M4 out of it. So yeah, you know, they've got something, and honestly, that's probably enough here for Astralis. With how they've been looking.
With the lead, it's not the end of the world, right? If this was a close game, that would be a harrowing round to lose in that fashion. But I feel like Astralis, they've got more than enough opportunity to close this game, and if they can't, well, I don't think that round would have made all the difference.
I don't know, Hugo, right? You gotta.
There he is.
Yeah, you know, I mean,
always a doubter.
If I learned something yesterday from Mouse, it's that, like, yeah, you know, some games they do look unwinnable, and then these guys might find a way to win it. I'm not saying that's going to happen here and now.
There it is.
But history's there.
Well, let's look to the present, maybe even the future. Future's bright for Acor, looking to recover from a really, really slow start to this map. Dupree in a 1-on-5. Robs might die here. He's very low, peeking right in. The Zeus goes flying. Dupree doesn't go back for it, though. Maybe he needs to reconsider. That's a... Oh, he jumps over it. The disrespect. He wants the Zeus so little. Oh, jump spot. And it goes both ways. Everyone has the info now. No question about it. Remember, the bomb's outside, so this is not a winnable round for Dupree. He is on kill duty, doing damage and nothing else. As a second... Certainly making this one interesting. Now you wish you have the bomb. There's no one here to stop him. And, well, that is because Mousesports just sit on the package, waiting and ready. 20 seconds, Dupree. Not wanting to die after time either. May as well just, you know, Hail Mary and give it a go. But with 15 seconds, the vent being a death sentence, he's just going to hold on to his gun.
All right, 5-13. What are we thinking, Hugo? How are you feeling?
Slow
is it still, yeah, slow?
We haven't seen
it's
a full
the build
gun
back
round.
in. Yeah, we haven't seen it, and the money is still in a weird spot for Astralis. I like that we're seeing Robs, you know, like taking some initiative, getting stuck in, right, securing that double opener early. It felt like that, you know, basically sealed the deal early on. You would have had to have someone step up massively for Astralis. Holding on to that AK, as mentioned, still leaves the money in an interesting place. An attack timeout for Astralis. They want to try and talk this one through.
I mean, whatever their game plan on the T side, it's a mess right now. Like, it hasn't gone to plan, right? Everything that could go wrong has gone wrong, rather. And Astralis is just trying to recover from that. And unfortunately, part of it is just waiting out and equalizing the money. You know, Dupree didn't get any loss bonus there, so Astralis are going to buy around it. And they go, fine, let's just get everyone back to 0. We still have this huge buffer. We can, you know, play a force, play an eco, come in with a big gun round. But when we get to that point, they need to win the gun round, right? Because if you lose it and Mousesports are up to 8 suddenly, like, this comeback actually looks realistic. And Astralis, you know, don't want to even give Mousesports the belief. We know what belief can do.
You can just imagine Glaive saying the classic guys don't throw line, you know, like trying to rein everyone back in. The confidence was really peaking coming into this second half.
Uh-oh, the speed.
They try to go fast, but Frozen liberally applies the brakes, and Dexter, even finding damage in through the smoke at Squeaky, don't want to be messed with.
Oh. A-Core. Oh, there's a swing. Saved by Dexter. And the round is cleaned up as a result. Robs pushes him from ramp once again, and that's something to keep your eyes on. Let's see if he continues to do it into gun rounds, because it's something that Astralis are going to be on top of, you'd imagine. He's done that in back-to-back rounds. Is the buy. Loss bonus accumulated for Astralis, and so no AWP in this one, but they can get the full guns. All AKs, good enough utility. Obviously, Dupree struggling from his loss bonus. There's, I think that was an AK in spawn. At very least, it's an overbuy. At very worst, it's a wasted weapon. And, well, at this point, you just got to move on. 13-6. Slow and steady. Rob's on the double AWP as well. We saw a lot of that yesterday. Dust 2 was really good.
The double AWP was like the turning point in that game, and that's something that Mousesports even felt as well. So that's certainly interesting. And, you know, we have him going over here towards Secret early. But this is looking like an upper hit, right? Just look at a barrel in through. Dexter saw someone in the back of lobby there. Him and BMAS on a bit of an island here, though. It is just these two guys to try and stop the push. Wow. BMAS with the spray transfer. He loses Dexter, but BMAS is still fighting for the time being. Madge is going to silence him. And into the 3-on-3, but the A site is not secure, and Astralis go back into the lobby. Now looking to hit elsewhere. Slowing it right down. Are they going back outside? They're going around the world here. 50 seconds. Time could prove to be a problem.
God, yeah, 2 dropped guns. Like, the AK was a weird one as well, because they had M4s in this round, they had AUGs. Like, playing AUG over AK, that's just, you know, preference. Playing M4 over AK, that's just madness. So, yeah, something not calmed, but it's not the end of the world. Either way, this is a great reset. A-Core needs to hit a flick. They're crossing up. Oh, he's moving. Oh, he still hits a shot. He can't escape. Very wide, and Device with a trade. Still, all the info for Mousesports. They know what the plan was from the get-go. They know it's a B drop, and Rob's been here all round long with his AWP. Device in a clutch. 15 seconds. He could stick the plan, but he looks to take the fight instead. Damage done on either side, and now Device in a 1v2.
Oh, and Frozen might hear good timing onto ramp here. Device is tunnel visioned onto that decon door. Just about dodges the angle. For the time being, is tucked in. Device trying to do the ultimate stunt here as he tucks himself back into the corner. There's the swing, and Rops is quick. Defuse in for Mousesports. 7-13.
It's in the back of everyone's mind.
It is there, isn't it? It's just tingling away, that little feeling. Woo, all right. Can they make another comeback happen this time, though? Quite the different team to Complexity. You know, Complexity have had their fair share of struggles, and you know, like they just had a really, really rough time, right? Yeah. I think it was probably kind of easy to fall back into that mindset of, man, is this another game that we're just going to end up having snatched away from us?
Yeah. And a game like this, like, even if Mousesports lose, right, even if they make this comeback close, but they lose, all you're going to be thinking about is, damn, if only we didn't start so cold. If only we had a good T-side, or even just a semblance of a good T-side. They had 2 rounds, man. That's nothing. So, but, you know,
I mean, considering it was 13-2, man, yeah, you're gonna take this 13-7.
This is all right.
Fast ramp. Ooh, we're in sync. Look at this. Device barreling down, already past this AWP. There is a rotation from Dexter. He could get turned to mincemeat by these MAC-10s. There's the first kill. Now, does he keep fighting here? He does have the AUG, so he wants to try and keep them at range and deny them getting this site control. He can't do that, but he's at least stayed alive and kept this 5v4 open to Mousesports for the retake.
Yeah, Molly pushes a man back up the stairs, but the doors are closed for A-Core. Clashing the angle, and 3 players moving in. All the door gets swung, and now the attention's drawn. Coming down control could be the right time to do so. Astralis might just crunch. They're looking to rush with the MAC-10s. 3 players here. The flash is in, and the door gets swung again. No one is getting kills. Everyone is playing with their food, and Rush comes in late with a missed shot. He needed to hit that. His teammates will pick up the pieces, but Magist with the backstab and 3 kills on his plate. Yoinked by Glaive, and finally, all it took were the MAC-10s to get Astralis a 14th round.
Drops! Oh no, the misses! He just couldn't land a bullet. The MAC-10s, they keep it fast. They make it look scary. And a double AWP T-side, not something you see every day. Yeah. That's brutal. Astralis, you know, they've been going for these slow rounds a lot, and it's come back to hurt them time and time again. Well, that round there, they're like, you know what? Mousesports are playing like they got nothing to lose, and in this round, we've only got Mach 10, so let's just be quick with it. Let's get cheeky with it. And I love dupreeh at the door as well, just kind of in their head, swinging that door back and forth, time and time again, baiting them in, getting all the attention off of Magis. Little did he know he was never even needed, for crying out loud. Glaive apparently the Mac Daddy.
Yeah, and that double orb, like, not meant to be grabbed, right? Magis just grabs the best weapon he can see, and Glaive, he grabs the only weapon he can see. So, you know, they've got to make the best with what they got, but, you know, already off to a good start. Finding an opener from Zip. Dexter very low. dupreeh could just walk into main here, but instead he finds Frozen first and drops the smoke to gain more ground. Moving into the garage. And at this point, Mousesports, you're quaking in your boots. Astralis are everywhere and nowhere at the same time. You can't see a player, but you know they're creeping up on your behind. dupreeh can wrap heaven. Robs is watching out for it, but like this just means everywhere else is weak. Ramp is completely uncontested. A has only one dedicated man with a FAMAS of all guns, and Astralis just pull the brakes. I love it. They bleed it out. And even though no one's even like moving in this, no one's gaining ground, dupreeh's not taking hell. Mousesports don't know that. They're getting more and more worried of how much further Astralis could be in this map. They could be all over the place. And in fact, they will be soon. 40 seconds set towards A.
Yeah, the unknown and the fear of it is probably worse than if they were facing a gunfight right now. You know, you're very, very twitchy. You're very, very worried as to where this is looking to end up. Feeling the pressure. Here comes the A play. Two players here. It's BMAS and it's Rops, but they drop through the vent into Dexter. He's got to get out of danger now. They start to wrap onto him. 10 seconds. Dexter, a hell of a lot of work to do, but just one man on 14 points of health, but he's dropped the bomb, and there's no time left. Astralis, they try to play it slow again, and once more that clock comes back to bite them. Dexter with the B hold, and they don't get past that 11 HP Aussie with the AWP.
That's so sad for Astralis, right? If they just ran out A and played trade onto BMAS, they probably just win the round. There were two players there, right, with Robs dropped in from heaven, but even so, they fall into the one man with the AWP holding it down that lower bomb site, and that's a big kill from Dexter through the smoke to stop the bomb plant. Who cares that he dies? He's won the round single-handedly. And still, Mousesports not going down without a fight, still in this matchup. Even if Astralis don't want them to be. A quick timeout coming from the Danish side and plenty of money to reinvest. Device is quieting down a little bit, but this has been a bit of a slow T-side start, as you can see from the scoreboard. It was the Mach 10 rush on lower that netted Astralis their first round. Is it something they can replicate? We've not really seen Astralis like try and cross B in a gun round, right? They've not had too many AK rounds. They can just go back to it. It's all Mousesports. We're relying on all T side as well. It feels like, you know, that this A site is pretty closed off right now. Molly on the roof won't do a thing. Astralis go back to standard smokes to cross secret. Robs pushing through the ramp smoke, and his hit fully blind. He gets that kill, but it is traded. He has big reaction, but he oversteps the mark and commits into dupreeh, who doubles down. Device holding door, and a core in the corner. Mousesports, they try to throw a surprising round in the face of Astralis, and all it's done is dig the hole deeper. A-core could get cleared. And my, oh my. This is a good round to, you know, pull the brakes, because look at dupreeh. He's got all this room. He's cleared out that A site. They just got to figure out where A-core is. But there's no way you can stop the plant in this position. Magisk is on the bomb site.
Oh, it's weird. It's weird. They are likely discounting this spot. I say that. Glaive is like, actually,
the one position he
very the timing, but there it is, the flick back round, and now he should be dead. That's A-core flushed out and Frozen left alone in the 1v4. Not really much for him to do here.
And that's just so Astralis, right? Like the suffocating clear. They don't move. They take the A site, and the one position in that entire area that A-core can play, and the one position that hasn't been cleared because Device can't swing door with the orb, and Glaive just sits there and watches it. Like, well, if we are going to lose this round, it's only to this position, so let's just watch it, and it pays off perfectly. Frozen has to save. And the ramp crunch that was working for Rops early in the half, denied here. and spurred Astralis on into that A site with many more kills to follow. I would have loved to, like, obviously you're just committing with the call there if you're Mousesports, but after BMAS gets that trade and pulls it into a 4-on-4, I'd love to see Mousesports just give it up and go back to A, reset round there, but they're trying to dig it deeper, right? They're trying to get everyone caught off guard in lobby. It doesn't work. And now the money is just bottomed out. Astralis map point on Mousesports' pick rather, surely should be able to shoot this over the line.
Yeah, you don't really have a lot of hope in a round like this. You need one of these, I was going to say one of these rifles. You need this rifle to step up. And Frozen has done well to find the opener, at least, and it's quite the scalp to find. Oh well, never mind. Never mind. A-core up here on top of the garage. Don't know how that one doesn't connect. And you got to hit the shot right away if you want to beat a guy like Dupree. Picking up the pace, gets shot in the face as Dexter's Deagle putting one in the grave. Now jiggling in towards Squeaky Door. He spots one, but he doesn't realize there's more where that came from. The Deagle still delivering, still landing these shots. And Dexter's Deagle looking deadly. In with the swing. It's BMAS dropped in the hut. And now suddenly what was looking good, looking recoverable has all come up in favor of Astralis. Robs, they're going his way. There's the first, and now just Magis, but he holds down the line, and Astralis take the map pick of Mouse. That there is Astralis 1-0 up.